All right, guys. Reaction to the game. Broncos Chiefs game. Crazy game. Very tight fought game. I kind of thought so. We didn't do an episode this week, but so I was figure I'd go ahead and just kind of give my thoughts on this game since I'm coming from like a Bronco fan. But um, crazy game. Bo Nix comes up clutch just to get down and score. Defense makes stops. A lot of penalties in this game. I kind of thought so. Both teams kind of do that a lot. Broncos especially. I don't know why. But I think when you play a really like a tough defense, you're just gonna get them. And the Broncos play a tough. They're a tough defense, so they will commit penalties. But Bo Nix came out, made some crazy throws at the end of the game. Broncos basically get it down. Bo Nix kneels it, centers it for a field goal kick. A lot of Bronco fans kind of worried there. Back this around the same time last year, we were in Kansas City, tried to kick a field goal kick to win the game, and it was blocked. We ended up losing that game 13-16 or something weird, 14-16. But yeah, adrenaline's at like an all-time high. You could tell the place was just rocking that last drive, and especially the drive that the defense was on the field to keep Mahomes from doing what Mahomes does. Broncos now 9-2 going into a bye week. Kansas City, the worst case scenario happened for them. They're 5-5. Now they're really clawing to get into the playoffs at this point. I think they're gonna have to win this next game against the Colts. It's gonna be a tough game. Colts are a tough team. I don't know what happens in that game. I'm sure we'll talk about it. I have some thoughts on that game, and again, not just because it's Kansas City. I just have some thoughts on that game. Broncos heading into a bye. After this, it's on to play Washington. I'm pretty sure we're on the road in that game. It's going to be interesting. Could be a trap game in there, but I don't know. The way the defense playing, I don't know. And defense, guys, 47 sacks to lead the NFL in defensive sacks. The Broncos are knocking on 50. In the Commander game, we could probably add to that. Now, of course, like I think we could get to 50 sacks in that game. Just insane. Early on in the game, we were not getting to Mahomes. That was kind of worrying me a bit. He was getting the ball very fast. They were clocking him at like 2 point something seconds. Pretty insane. And then it was really the dialing back. They blitzed Bo a lot. They blitzed on Bo Nix a lot. The Kansas City defense, kind of crazy. That did rattle him a bit. Didn't throw a pick. He did have his, patented intentional grounding calls. I don't know why that keeps happening, but Sean's kind of threw his hands in the air when that happened and kind of shook his head. So hopefully they, little things like that Bo can fix. I'm not too worried about it. It's just when it mattered the most, Bo Nix stepped up, and that's the whole thing. And the narrative now can really stop. The Broncos are not a fraud. They beat the Chiefs, and I know maybe they're not the same Chiefs team that they were last year, but it doesn't matter. It's the Chiefs, and it's Patrick Mahomes. It's no different than beating, the Bills, or when the Bills lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to. Like, it doesn't matter. You lost to a team, and the team beat you. And this game especially is more difficult because it is a division rivalry game, so it matters. And so these two teams face each other quite often, and we just kept losing constantly to this team, minus the, garbage game last year. It's been bad. So hats off to the Broncos defense. Hats off to Bo Nix. When it mattered the most, he made the plays. And that's it. It was a tie game going into that last drive there. Broncos miss it. It probably goes into overtime, and I think in overtime we lose. But because chances are Kansas City will get the ball. But again, you didn't want to play for overtime. You run the risk of a tie game. Like you don't want to play the game. Then the way the defensive played, you could have ended up in a tie game. So crazy game. Makes the division interesting. the Broncos have the ability at some point, maybe during this last stretch here, to probably just kind of not have to worry about a whole lot. Big news on Justin Herbert. He's injured. I don't know if he came back in that game or not, but they got completely owned by Jacksonville. That didn't look good. So this is now setting up the Denver Broncos for winning this division. And if we beat the Commanders after the bye, it's very likely that we will just go ahead and win this division. And then we may just be able to rest some guys at the end of the stretch. And that Christmas game against Kansas City, it might be a reverse deal where last year Kansas City was resting guys and it was a garbage game. This year Broncos could probably rest guys and it's a garbage game. So very interesting how things turn out. It's been a very weird year, with the NFL games and stuff. So I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on with like the, Packer game, but they ended up winning. But we'll talk more about that this week. But yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts out for the Kansas City game since, it was kind of a matchup that people were really watching. A lot of the nationally televised game, it was most of the country was watching this game. So, but hats off to them. All right, well, we'll do our normal show. I'm sure there'll be a show Tuesday, and then we will do a show Friday for sure, and get back on track there. There's some things came up, but yeah, just wanted to send this off.